And then I need to find a link to the stream.
Yeah, once it comes in, I think you'll be able to click it.
Word. Stream starting. All right. We are live. Now I need to get the link. Oh, just in time for some construction noise. I'm sure y'all love that. All right. Let me get a link. Copy URL. Yes, construction noise. Paste. Tweet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. This was not happening 15 seconds ago, but it's all good. What is happening, guys? I see the stream. All right. Hi. So, we got a pumpkin here. This is purely for entertainment as we talk tech, but since it's kind of near Halloween, obviously it makes sense to have. I have some spooky tech topics that we can talk through, and I'll answer your questions as well. But I'm going to flip back and forth, wait for people to show up. But what I'm going to do, you can see this pumpkin here, is I'm going to just be carving as we're talking. Top secret stuff. I have an idea for what I want to put on it, but I asked you guys for like a scary carving idea, and we got one. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, slow mode is on. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm going to try to read as much as I can, but let me, I'm going to wait for people to show up while I draw on this pumpkin. This is going to be great. Can you hear that on the mic?
You couldn't hear the construction noise at all.
This the marker noise is kind of soothing.
Yeah, you can hear that.
All right, that'll be fun. All right, top secret. Drawing inspiration.
Do you want to
What is good?
just put the mic up a little tiny bit?
Closer to me?
Just
Or
up a
volume
little
up?
bit. Just tiny.
How's that?
I think that's
A little better. Let's chat about Pixel 2 display issues. Sure, that's a spooky topic, and that was actually one of mine. So it's actually only Pixel 2 XL. Pixel 2 XL, phone of choice right now. But it had, I talked about, in my review, I went over pretty much all of my thoughts on, oh, by the way, this is fully carved and empty, which is awesome. But I talked about all the display problems that it was potentially having, that could affect you. Seems like there's two. This is a dense pumpkin. Seems like there's two main camps people fall into with the display issues with the Pixel. Camp number one is, you look at it, it looks okay. It doesn't look like the best screen in the world, but it's decent and doesn't really affect them. You tell them about the blue shift and they tilt it to the side and they go, oh, I kind of see that. I wouldn't have noticed that if you didn't tell me. Screen burn-in, I can't see it unless you literally go full screen gray wallpaper, turn the brightness down, and look for it. So a lot of people are like that, and they don't really care. The other half of people, or the other camp a lot of people have been falling into lately, this is going to take a while. This is serious. The other camp a lot of people fall into is literally, I saw some people saying Google should recall the phone. Like, I saw the word unusable thrown around a lot. The Pixel 2 display being unusable, simply unacceptable that they would ship this. It's an $850 phone, which is true. I get it. Even $900 depending on where you get it or where you're located. Damn, I wonder if this will be faster. This is serious business. Oh, wow. Yeah. But those are the two camps people fall into, which is number one, I don't really notice, no big deal. Or number two, recall the phone, stop selling it, start over. And I kind of fall somewhere in between, which is what I said in the video. But the thing is, it depends on you about, obviously, I tried to talk to both groups of people in one video, which is always fun to try to do. Am I revealing my carving right now? Not really. Okay. I don't think it's no big deal because the display does look worse than other phones in its price range. But I do think people saying they should stop selling a phone are a little exaggerating. Apple's phones had the whole bend gate thing, bending in people's pockets. They didn't recall it. There were antenna problems with phones. They didn't recall it. The last phone that they really eventually had to recall was the Galaxy Note 7 that literally started exploding in people's pockets. So to say that they should stop selling a phone with a slightly not as good display, this is definitely going to be harder than I thought.
Yeah, just don't bend it too much because those pieces of the blade can come off and it'll just like essentially break you.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, I don't think you have to stop selling a phone because the display is not as good. You just have to know who you are, and if the display being not as good affects you, then it's not the phone for you. My phone, a lot of people were asking about my display burn-in problems, if I was having any. I had such a small amount that I would not be able to discern it between that and just temporary image retention. I left it there for a while. It kind of faded away. It seems like it's not permanent. But that's a quality control thing because some panels will have it and some won't. What are you doing? I am carving very sloppily the scariest pumpkin on the face of planet Earth. And I'm not even sure if I fully outlined this thing here. What else is good? Android Wear back in 2018, or is it dead? I kind of think Android Wear is dead right now. I had a conversation the other night with a YouTuber actually at the Samsung event in the city about Android Wear and if it's dead or not, or if smartwatches in general are dead. And the conversation kind of went the same way that it did about tablets. Are tablets dead? If it's not an iPad, kind of yeah. Are smartwatches dead? If it's not an Apple Watch, then kind of yeah. I miss Android Wear. I suggested that Google could make some kind of Pixel watch to sort of rejuvenate that project. It's kind of like what the Moto 360 was. Oh, I could punch it in and take it out. It's kind of like what the Moto 360 was when it existed. But then we were also wondering, like, how many of those Moto 360s still exist on Earth right now in people's daily use? And the consensus was not that many. Love the videos. Thank you. Shout out from India. You're doing a great job. Shout out to India. Android Wear. Oh, I said that already. Let's get spooky. Yeah, this is a little darker than the usual set. All right, please work. I really hope that works. Oh boy. Oh, I think it's gonna work. I think it's working. Hey, it did work. All right, that's a good start. Oh, don't break. It broke off. Okay. It didn't quite work, but it's better than I thought it would. For an upgrade from a Galaxy Note 5, do you recommend the Note 8, S8 Plus, Google Pixel 2 XL, or should I leave Android and go back to the iPhone 10? Wow, that's a very open-minded person asking that question. If you're genuinely considering all of those things, you probably can't really go wrong with any of those. A lot of people, when they ask, like, what phone should I buy, they're between, like, two phones. Wow, how can I save that? That's all right. They'll get the idea. But if you're considering like any of those 1, 2, 3, 4 phones, I think any of those will be good for you. Do I have a laser? No, I have no lasers happening in this. Any plans to release videos in HDR? So I think technically at this point my camera is already shooting in HDR, and I can just flip a switch in the gamma settings in Final Cut Pro, and it will export a file that supports HDR. But I just keep like the dynamic range is not that different in my videos between HDR and not HDR. I don't have that many crazy scenes. Maybe in like a car video that could be interesting. But for now, you kind of get the idea of what's going on without HDR in the videos, but I might do it. Yeah. Non-tech question: have you ever considered getting a motorcycle? That's kind of spooky. No, I've never considered getting a motorcycle because I need a trunk. I carry video gear to things. I bring video gear around in my car often. So no, I've never thought about getting a motorcycle because I can't carry it all in a backpack. I need a trunk. This might be the most dangerous live stream you've ever watched. Your phone needs to survive a super heavy day, say 10 a.m. to 4 a.m., and around at the pubs and clubs. You're not carrying a backpack. How do you charge? 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. the next day, huh? First of all, if I know that day is going to be such a long day, what I'm going to do is charge. Wow. I'm going to charge at any possible given time during the day. So I'm guessing you're not out from 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. You're probably out from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. So during the day, you top up on maybe a wireless charger or maybe a charger at your desk. You top up maybe when you're driving that day in the car on the way to work. You plug up and go from 95 to 100 again. Basically take advantage of fast charging so that when you finally do leave for the day, you're back out at 4 a.m. with enough battery. I'm not sure if that fully answers the question. I might have cheated with that, but oh man. Ooh.
No, yeah, don't read that.
Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is going well. This is going well. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, this Sharpie is going to be interesting later. What devices are you live streaming from? This is a Canon C100 going into a computer, so straight HDMI capture cards for the win. Yeah, it's just putting the pumpkin on a trash bag. Biggest difference between Google Home and Google Home Mini. To be honest, they are extremely similar, which is a good thing because Google Home Mini is like half the price. It's less than half the price of Google Home. The biggest difference is the speakers and the audio quality and the sound and essentially whether or not you use it to play music. Google Home Mini, I don't think I would use as a home speaker for anyone, but Google Home could pull it off. That's the main difference. Google Home is bigger, has more speakers. Shout out to your channel. What's up? Hey, man. Hey. OnePlus 5T, a lot of people are asking about. That's something we've seen a lot of rumors for. There's a lot of rumors for phones that are still coming out in the next couple weeks, and I have a feeling we're going to be very busy on the channel sharing those phones when they come out with you, sharing those in video form. So if you somehow stumbled across this and aren't subscribed yet, you should do that so that you can see those when they come out. Oh, that's actually not that bad. And then I gotta go. Has this carving been given away yet? Do you guys know what I'm making? If so, feel free to guess. All right. Thoughts on the usability or lack thereof of the bump on the display of the iPhone 10. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the camera bump on the back. You're talking about the notch, the iPhone 10's famous notch. I think people will get used to it pretty quickly, and here's why. I played with the Essential phone for a number of weeks, which also has a notch. It's a little smaller, but it's the same concept. Had a notch in the display, took up some of the screen real estate. Software worked around it, ended up not being so bad. I got used to that really easily. Apple has a lot more developers kind of on their side, but they're going to have to go through this little awkward growing period where developers and their apps don't play well with the notch, and then they get updated, and then they look good. I hope that period does not last for a very long time. I hope the apps get updated real quick. I hope Instagram and Snapchat and all those apps look great with the notch, but I can't guarantee that. So your question was my thoughts on it. Yeah, it's going to be weird at first, but I think users will get used to it pretty quickly, especially if all of Apple's apps take advantage of it. All right, if I show you guys what I take out of this right now, it's going to give it away. Ready?
Someone did guess it.
Someone guessed it already?
Harvey Cox is the first person.
Harvey Cox? congratulations on guessing it, but I'm just going to let people continue guessing if people didn't see Harvey's guess. Oh, that's true. Essential phone is $499 now. You said don't spend your money when it was $699. Is it worth it now? Worth it? It's an easier to stomach recommendation. I was not recommending the Essential phone because it was lacking a lot of features that a lot of other flagships had at that same price. Now that it's a lower price, it's still lacking those features. So if you still want those features, you're not going to buy it. But if you were holding back on it because it was too expensive, now you might be inclined to actually give it a shot. So again, two different groups, but I think a lot more people will be tempted to give it a shot at $499. Not sure why it took them so long to drop the price by $200, but clearly they had that flexibility. Should Apple bring back the headphone jack? No, they should not. Yeah, it sucks to say it, but if you're going to get rid of it and you're going to try to commit to making wireless better, you should commit and don't bring it back. And that's the thing I've talked about a lot. People like to talk about, oh, the headphone jack. I don't have a headphone jack on this phone. It's a deal breaker. I will never buy it. That's cool, and I get it right now because wireless is not that good. But I have a video upcoming that I think will help explain this a bit. Wireless has to get good now. Wireless will have to get good now. You heard that click? That's some plastic moving.
A lot of people are saying you're carving Austin's face.
Carving Austin Evans' face? This would be a lot of cuts for Austin's face, man. If I was you guys know, if you think I'm that much of an artist that I could carve someone's face into a pumpkin, thank you. But I'm not. Oh man, this is making me appreciate those like actual pumpkin carving kits a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Did you get infected? Did you get affected by the YouTube demonetization? I have not had I'm probably jinxing it right now, but I have never had one of my videos demonetized ever. So no, I haven't been affected. That doesn't mean it's not happening. It's happening to plenty of people that are really not happy about it. Oh, but as of right now, even the video that I made, which was had demonetization in the title, I haven't had any problems. I'm mostly a pretty family-friendly channel, if you haven't noticed. The carving. Oh, man. All right. I'm impressing myself with this. Based on what you know, iPhone 10, Pixel 2 XL for MVP of the year. Wow, it's funny you pick those two phones. Only a handful of people know why that's funny. But between those two phones, yeah, if you want pure Android, you're going to want to go with the Pixel 2 XL. If you want pure iOS, you're going to want to go with the iPhone 10. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah. How have people... Am I carving my logo? No. My logo is not this many cuts either. Excited for the D-brand grip? Any ideas when it will be released? Yes, I have a few ideas, but I'm not really going to tell you them. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm not a big case person, but a bumper is a different prospect, and it has some pretty intense durability claims that you'll see later. Do you have any mobile app ideas that you would like to see developed? Oh, you guys are, well, not yet, except for maybe an MKBHD app, but not really. Under the display, Touch ID is not going to be as useful as it seems. Why complicate the most fragile part of the phone, even making it slower? Thoughts? I don't know about slower. And to address your complication concerns, smartphones are already insanely complicated. Adding... This is so dangerous. Adding the Touch ID underneath the display is not a complication concern. It's literally just, is it possible yet or not? I think Apple would love to do it. I think Samsung would love to do it. But I don't think it'll have any negative effects on the phone if you put it in a phone. Thoughts on Android 8.1 enables Pixel Visual Core? Yes. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what that means, Pixel Visual Core is it an API? I don't want to describe it incorrectly, but essentially what it does is it enables third-party apps to take advantage of the image processing chip in the Pixel 2. if you didn't know, the image processing chip in the Pixel 2 is freaking amazing. It's what allows it to take incredible pictures, enables HDR on all the time. This is a little bit of a... Oh, okay. But yeah, Android 8.1 flips that switch. Other apps can use it now. So you can, if you like to take photos in third-party apps, like in if you don't have a Pro mode and you want to use Pro mode, you can get an app from the Play Store and take just as great photos.
Turn the volume up a little.
Up on this?
Yeah.
A little? Just a little bit.
See in a second.
Cool. All right. Please explain what the dump truck plus kids swinging shirt means. The dump truck plus kids swinging shirt is no secret. It means dump swing, not dumpster baby. I don't know if you thought it was that. Dump swing is a ultimate frisbee term. I think I'll leave it at that. I'm actually carving hey guys in this pumpkin. Whew, man. What's up? Hello. What's up, B-Sauce? S8 or Note 8, someone said? Well, Note 8's better. So there's that. It's also more expensive, but you didn't ask. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's going to be a lot of... This is going to look way better at night, basically, when you can't see the Sharpie marks that I'm sloppily carving around. Sup? Shout out to the person who just put like 50 Canadian flag logos in there. Shout out to people whose flags are also emojis. Is there any suspense being built for revealing this carving? I think this is kind of low-key a great idea. Thoughts on the Google Clips and the light camera? Oh, the Google Clips is funny, man. I saw Elon Musk tweet at The Verge the other day when they posted about Google Clips, which was, I think he said, like, this isn't even trying to be innocent, which is pretty funny because Google Clips, if you don't know, it's just this little square camera that you just attach to something near you, point it at you, and it will intelligently stay on forever and take pictures when it thinks you want them. So yeah, the tweet was kind of funny. Like, this doesn't even seem like you're trying to be, like, obviously Google Home, you could put Google Home in people's homes and they'll think, well, Google's not always listening to me, even if it accidentally happens. But this one, not even trying. I think it's kind of an interesting idea. I don't think I would ever use it because I consider myself somewhat decent with the camera. But that's just me. I don't know. I might like give it to someone to try and see what they think. Did I break this? Nope. Love your channel, super high quality videos. Thank you. However, somewhat disappointed in the critical comments being removed from the U11 and Pixel 2 videos. Yes, I saw that, and I have never removed any comments from that video. One thing that's interesting is comments get like automatically sorted by YouTube. So I saw like people saying, oh, Marquez removed a bunch of comments from the U11 video. I haven't removed a single comment from that video, but they just get reordered and there's thousands of comments, and once they leave the front page, just based on engagement, they're really hard to find. But I'm sure if anyone who thinks their comment has been removed goes to the email they got about their comment with all the replies and clicks the link, they will find their comment on the video again. So if you're disappointed with me, don't be. That's just a YouTube algorithmic thing that I don't control. Adobe CC to come to Chrome OS in the near future, that would be nice. A lot of people can't really use Chromebooks because they don't support a certain app they use all the time, Adobe being one of those app suites. So the Pixelbook just came out, or the Pixelbook reviews just came out, and a lot of people were basically comparing it to, you know, should you buy this over an iPad? Should you buy this over a Windows laptop? But the main concern they all had was, well, it runs Chrome OS, so the apps I use are missing. So yeah, seeing Adobe stuff on Chrome OS would be pretty awesome. Okay, come on. Let me not stab myself in the hand while I do this. I just upgraded my Galaxy S7 to the Pixel 2 XL. Nice. I noticed the camera is a lot more grainy in general than the S7. This isn't normal, is it? Grainy? Grainy? No. There's plenty of noise reduction going on with Galaxy S7. but there's also plenty of sharpening. So if it looks grainier than normal, maybe compare it to other people's Pixel photos, the Pixel 2 XL is the best camera on a phone. So if you're having problems with it, return it, RMA it, get another one, because that doesn't sound right. It's definitely better than the S7's camera. Let me clean this up. I just finished the carving, by the way, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit because it's so messy. How do you get your B-roll with the phone standing up? Is someone holding the phone up, or what is the apparatus? Oh, here's the secret. Yeah, you want to grab one? The secret to standing up a phone like this is having something heavy enough to stay behind it that's smaller than it. This is a red volt battery. You can do this with a salt shaker. You can do this with whatever else is about this size, but just make sure it's heavy enough so when you put it down and put your phone down, it doesn't knock that thing over. And hopefully you can see that, but bam, that's all it takes. So anytime you see those shots of the phone standing up, it's because there's something heavier and smaller behind it. I literally bring those batteries around. I don't use them. My camera's not compatible with them anymore, but I still use them for that exact purpose. Knife that up? Yeah, I'm knifing it up. Do you think Samsung will ever release a competitor to the Amazon and Echo and Google Home thing? Samsung? Man, they have... didn't you see like rumors of like a Bixby Home thing not that long ago? I feel like they might do it. I don't know if they're the best idea ever, but I feel like we might see Bixby Home, and I might have to go get one and review it because that's just hilarious to me. The thing about Bixby is a lot of people don't really appreciate Bixby can be really good, but it somehow, like, it can do a lot of things that other assistants can't do, but it can do a lot of things other assistants can't do, but at the same time, it gets a lot of the easy stuff wrong somehow. Like, you ask it to, like, turn on the flashlight, strobe, I need help, and SOS in Morse code, and then, like, send an email to grandma with an attachment, and it'll do all that stuff. And then you say, by the way, who's the president? And it'll be like, searching web for bed resistant. It just doesn't know the simple stuff. It's weird. So giveaway? I mean, yeah, probably. It's probably a giveaway coming. You have a OnePlus 3T, 128 gigs. Should you get a Note 8? OnePlus 3T is a pretty good phone still right now. Should you get a Note 8? If you want one, Note 8 is better, so I'm not going to tell you not to get a Note 8. But at the same time, you might want to keep waiting like another couple weeks when some sweet new phones come out, like from OnePlus. Your thoughts on Essential? Camera performance with Google Camera Port? Yeah, Google's camera app is really good. And using the Google Camera app on other Android phones often results in better photos than the camera app that comes on it. So I'm glad they put that in the Play Store. All right, who's ready to see this carving? Can I... I feel like you'll be able to see it. No, it's good, it's good. We're good. Favorite color of the iPhone X? I think actually I like the silver more because the space gray is going to be a fingerprint magnet. My current space gray iPhone, it looks pretty good right now, but it's a serious fingerprint magnet. I'm probably going to go silver on my iPhone 10. We'll see. All right, who's ready? Who's ready to see the carving? This is all live, by the way. You saw me knifing this thing up. This is like a box cutter. It's definitely not made to cut pumpkins this thick. I'm pulling it down. Oh, there you go. You ready? Are you going to review the Pixel Buds? Yeah, I need to get my hands on them. All right, ready? Here it is. The spookiest. Yeah, we done did it. I know I kind of messed up on the one because I tried to make it like, it's hard. It's hard to do these things with a box cutter. But I think if this was nighttime and you didn't see all the Sharpie marks that I sloppily cut around because the box cutter has no articulation whatsoever, that would be pretty good because the light in it By the way, this light, that's the lowest brightness it gets. Can I shine this at you? Higher. Highest. Oh my god, it's so bright.
Here's all the reactions.
Is it glowing right now? Yeah, there you go. I think it's a pretty... Is that too bright now? It's probably not that bad.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, we did it, guys. Everyone, don't... No. So don't switch to 144p. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying this is... Yeah. Are you biased in your videos? You've been accused. I've accused myself. In a previous Q&A, someone was asking about bias. And I think it's even in the title of the Q&A where I talk about it. Yes, I'm biased. I'm a human. The only unbiased... You're talking about reviews? The only unbiased reviews there are the spec sheet. Every opinion you give is subject to the person that has that opinion. And if I say this display is nice, even if that's objectively true because it's a high resolution and a high contrast ratio and a high brightness, and if I say this display is nice, even that is subject to me liking that about a display. So that applies on every level of every spec. If you just give the raw spec sheet, fine, I'll say you're an unbiased reviewer, but you're not much of a reviewer then, are you? You got to give opinions, and that's what I do. Oh, you're telling me to say, hey, let's get spooky? Should I do that? What if I do it on my phone? Will it work on my phone? I'm going to say that. Yeah, mute that. I'm going to say it to my phone. Let's get spooky. You ready to get spooky?
The mic is muted.
All right, ready? Squeeze. Let's get spooky.
Okay, I'm releasing the spirits now. Have fun. Beware. Chromecasts and smart lights won't be spared from this scare. To stop, simply say, okay, Google, stop being spooky.
That's pretty good. It switched that by itself? That's hilarious. How long does this keep going? Oh, hey Google. Okay, Google. Stop being spooky. Is there a black?
I don't understand.
I said, stop being spooky.
I don't understand.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Wait, I can't... Alright, no. Nope. That is hilarious, though. Thank you for telling me that Easter egg exists. What y'all think? What would you give my rating? What would you rate my carving? Let me show it to you with the lights off, because it's the sloppiest, most hilarious carving you may have ever seen in your life. With the lights off, you can see I missed some lines, and the 1 is clearly a weird digit. But give me a number out of 10. Give me a number out of 10. I feel like I'm going to give myself, just because I was using this for most of it and completely failed with this, I'm going to give myself, wow, you guys are very generous. I would give this a 7 out of 10 for design, but a 10 for spookiness, because that is terrifying. 0 out of 10, somebody said. 108 out of 100. Thank you. All right, let's get the light back in there. Oh, did I have another? I had another spooky tech subject, but oh yeah, the last part was obviously you guys have seen Samsung ads in the past. I've been in several Samsung ads. There's another one that they just released. I tweeted about it. They were trolling real hard, I guess, because obviously there's all these Pixel 2 XL display problems, which are very spooky, that I just talked about. Wow, that's super bright. But they put out an ad about Samsung screens. I'm in the thumbnail, I'm in the video, a bunch of your favorite YouTubers who make tech videos are in the video, and what I theorize Samsung is doing, I don't have confirmation of this, but what I'm pretty sure they're doing is they're paying for that ad to show up for people who are subscribers of those YouTubers. So if you're subscribed to me and you don't have YouTube Red and you see ads, you're probably going to see this video today. This ad will show up for you somewhere on YouTube. If you're subscribed to, this has already been on his homepage, on like 5 people I know's homepages already. If you're subscribed to like other people in that video, you're probably going to see that even more likely. Yeah, fun fact of the day. Spooky Samsung with their sneaky ads. It looks better in 144p. Alexander, how dare you pay to say that? Why would you say that? Yo, saying that killed my cast of your stream? When I said stop being spooky? Really? Oh, because I said to be spooky, it made yours spooky too? Yo, that's crazy. Good job, Google. What else can we talk about? This has been only 35 minutes that it took me to carve this. I'm going to put it like right here. Oh man, what a good stream. In which Q&A did you talk about being biased? I think it's either the 19th or 20th one where it's in the title. So if you go to the Q&A playlist, there's one that says biased reviews in the title. It's that one. That's where I really break down why being biased is... People like to use it as like an insult. Oh man, you're so biased. Thanks, that's a compliment. If I wasn't biased, I'd be the most boring reviewer of all time. And at least you can calibrate yourself to my bias. If I say I like certain things, and then the next time around you realize you don't like that thing and I like it again, at least I'm consistent with my bias, and you can understand why that would be useful as a reviewer. Then you subscribe to a bunch of different reviewers who all have different biases, and then you can calibrate yourself to each one. That way when they all make a video about the same thing, you can watch all these different reviews that give you the same opinion about that device. Think about that. Version 12? Is that how long ago? Wow. Version 12 in January. So the first Ask MKBHD of the year is when I went over that. Oh, that's the one where I had the Sprite t-shirt, sweatshirt. That's funny. I remember that. You laugh because it's spooky, but you have Wi-Fi at home that makes you watch in 144p every time. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't want that. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But I understand this button exists for a reason. I just think it's terrifying, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through that. When are you going to start streaming on Twitch? I have zero reason to switch to Twitch. Are there features that I don't know about that Twitch has? Because right now, as far as live streaming goes, just this Q&A format could be fine on both. But Twitch doesn't have the audience. You guys are already on YouTube. You probably got a notification here. Twitch doesn't have... I'm sure there are moderation features in Twitch chat, but the fact that we have super chat here and we have all you guys logged in already, you don't have to make a new account. That's pretty important. There's all the custom title and thumbnail and the description and everything you guys are used to from the typical YouTube experience. Pretty much no reason for me to switch to Twitch. Even if I had gaming stuff, there's YouTube gaming. I think I would stick to YouTube. So yeah, Twitch is cool, but any advantages of it, I'm clearly not privy to. Wait, oh, that went too fast. Spider alert. Wow, what's spider? Is there a spider? I hate spiders, by the way. Hopefully there's no spiders anywhere. Hi, do you know when Apple will release an iPhone 10 SIM-free version? I don't really know. A SIM-free version? Talking about like the embedded SIM? I'm not really sure what that question means. You sound like my relatives. Can you fix my mom's computer for me? I probably can, but I would really rather not. Because you know what happens when your family tech support and you fix someone's something? If you fix someone's printer, then every time that printer or computer breaks from here on out, you will get blamed for it and you'll get asked to fix it again, even if it's totally unrelated. Oh, I'm totally in the way of the mic. Can you still, is my audio fine? I feel like I put the pumpkin in between me and the mic. Word. As a reviewer, how stressed are you about getting an iPhone 10 on launch day? I think we're all pretty stressed. That's tonight. iPhone 10 pre-orders are tonight at... I'm glad this is kept going in the background. That's kind of appropriate. Tonight at midnight Pacific time, which is 3 a.m. East Coast time, which is also apparently when Stranger Things 2 or Stranger Things season 2 debuts, first episode or whatever.
Well, all the episodes release at the same time.
Oh, the whole season is at
Netflix,
once?
so the whole season.
Oh, that's why people are psyched. I thought it was one episode. All right, that's fair. That's exciting. But people will be awake then for that reason. That is pretty spooky. iPhone 10 supply at launch is pretty spooky. I'm going to definitely melt this. I'm going to turn it off.
It's LED though. It doesn't get hot.
It's kind of warm.
Really?
I mean, the LED itself isn't that warm, but like the glass is getting a little warm. I'm going to turn it off. You guys can still get the point of the carving, right? What are the last thing I saw in an article was half of iPhone 8 supply. We already know how hard iPhone 8 was to get at launch, and people didn't even really want iPhone 8 that bad. People want iPhone 10. Billboards are up for iPhone 10. Hype is real for iPhone 10. Supply, not that good. A couple million of them. Allegedly, you'll be able to camp out at a store and get one, but how many is each store going to have? Maybe a dozen? That's rough. That is spooky. Why are the bezels so big on the small Pixel 2? It has the same DNA as last year. It's made by, HTC? But really, it looks like you get those big speakers in the top and the bottom, and they didn't spend a whole lot of extra on that cheaper phone to get these thin bezels and the big display. Great videos. Thank you. When you name your videos after Pixel 2 and then talk about the 2 XL, it makes it hard for people to find stuff on the smaller one. Yeah, that's definitely true. I tried to talk about any differences. The thing about that is those two phones are almost identical in every way except the size of the battery and size of the display itself. So you get this slightly different shape that I talked about, a little bit boxier on the smaller Pixel 2. But I was very careful with my language where every single thing I said about Pixel 2 XL was exactly the same about Pixel 2 unless I said otherwise. Same incredible camera, same speaker quality as far as I know. They're not the same drivers, but they're both really good. So battery life and the displays were the things that are really mainly different. And hopefully that's helpful in its own way. All right, a couple more questions, and then I'm going to cut the live stream and put this out in the night and spook some people with it. What is that? It looked like condensation, but it's just pumpkin goop. What are your thoughts on the Pixel 2 screen burn-in issue? Should I cancel my pre-order? I don't think you need to cancel your pre-order over a phone you've never used. If you are one of those Pixel peepers who will notice screen burn-in despite its very, very slight effect on anything you do on the phone, then yeah, cancel it and get a good phone like the Note 8 has a great screen. It's $200 extra, but if you're into that, you can get a great screen. But I wouldn't cancel your pre-order over a small quality control issue that may or may not even affect you. You can get the phone and then see for yourself. And I think you can return it for within like a month or something like that. So yeah, don't cancel your pre-order. Or you might never get one because the supply is so small. What other? We got a couple more tech questions. We'll go 2 more minutes. Can you play this live on your iPhone? Can I? Yeah, I wouldn't want to though because it would start echoing. Oh my God, Hasselblad went live on Instagram. All right, I'm gonna go live. A month or something like that. So yeah, don't cancel your pre-order. Yes, I can go live and watch my own live stream. Want to talk about the Nokia Health app I have? Yeah. Okay, so people have probably noticed on my home screen I have that Nokia, some people say. Nokia Health app. Basically, I have a Wi-Fi connected scale that had its own app, which is Withings. Withings had its own app, and I use it, it tracks the different things that it knows about you, like the body fat percentage and weight and all that stuff. So I had these little graphs, and then Nokia bought them, I guess is what happened. So they replaced that Withings app in the Play Store with the Nokia app. So one day I just fired up my phone, and instead of the Withings app on my home screen, there's a Nokia app. And I was a little confused, but I clicked into it, and it's the same functionality. It's just a little better looking, basically. So that's why that's there. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Is Essential Phone the best phone at that price point? No, it's not. It's all right. I guess now that it's cheaper, it's better among its competition at that price, but I don't think it's yet the best phone at that price point. Notice OnePlus 5 gets forgotten a lot, but it's that price right now. It was released a couple months ago. It's really good. Pixel 2 camera or a small dedicated camera? Well, right now, if I only want to carry one thing in my pocket, Pixel 2 camera is so good. So I'd recommend Pixel 2 camera. But if you want to get another small dedicated camera, you'd have to spend a lot to get a camera better than the Pixel 2. You gotta have some extra money and another pocket and some more batteries and another charger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Two more tech questions, or two more good questions. Someone just asked me about Cheerios. Oh, LG V30, please. I have my video on the best features of the LG V30. I guess if I ask you guys, you'd probably say yes, but I was kind of torn about making another video about it when all the things I'd be saying would be pretty similar to what's in the top 5. Only things I didn't cover that would be in a review would be battery life and just long-term impressions of the software and how it's held up for my use. So I'm kind of tossed up about making a video about it. It might have to be later. That's the other thing about the V30 is the timing was so bad. They had that pre-release version that they gave to all of us, but now we have iPhone 10 is about to come out. There's about to be that new OnePlus phone. There's about to be this new Razer announcement. There's about to be a whole bunch of other stuff. So by the time we get back to V30, hopefully it's still on time before the holiday season, but clearly they had some interesting timing there. All right, uno más. Is my middle name Kumar? No. Okay, bye. No, just kidding. The SIM-free version that you can buy without a carrier? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be different from the current iPhone 10 or the normal iPhone 10. Anyway, I'm pumped about this 77-inch TV, playing that. Yeah, I've talked about a lot of spooky stuff in this stream. I think the major takeaway is it's a spooky time of year. That's pretty much all I got. We're going to go shut this down and go back and hang out over on Twitter and keep working on future videos. There's a lot of interesting stuff coming up. So also maybe some giveaways. Maybe a really good giveaway. Maybe. If you're into that. If you'd be down. Yeah. Anyway. All right. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.